Hey, this is your host, Mike. I'm sorry. I was doing a live stream and my computer decided to, perish and die and run out of battery midstream. For those of you that are tuned in, will know that I'm still around and I'm not going anywhere. This is meant to be a pop culture show, and I was getting down to the meat and potatoes. I was going to talk about what everybody else is talking about, and it's Star Wars. Um, you may think that some people may think that I'm a little too passionate about it, and I do get upset. Yeah, I did. Um, you want strong female lead characters in your movies and in your stuff. You finally get one. You fire her because of a tweet, because of a twat. By the way, a little bit of a disclosure. I don't care. Um, I used to have this mantra, this drama-free mantra. I try to keep the drama to a minimum, but sometimes you may have to cross that line and and just get real. Sorry, my computer died, and just want to let you know that after hearing about this whole thing with Gina Carano, really upset me. Not upset me, but like annoyed me. So Mandalorian was finally the F's, the Filoni and the Favreau crew. They finally put something together that actually, um, you know, gave me joy and nostalgia and feelings of being back to where I was when I was a kid. And like I said in my other stream, um, that died because my computer had no battery in it, and I rarely use it. I only use it to stream, and the last time I streamed was about a week and a half ago. So, um, yeah, and I don't have enough now. I don't have enough subscribers. I used to have, I don't know, a couple hundred. Now I'm down to 35, and the 35 of you, thank you. I think I may have lost one of them, but thanks for sticking with me through the thick and thin of this life that we have. And I honestly thought she was an awesome character, and there's so much potential for her to be in other shows and possibly movies. Um, she was going to be getting her own show. And then Kathleen Kennedy has the gall and the balls to go on this Oscars thing and name all these women that she loves, and they're powerful women. And you have a powerful woman in Carano, and you fire her over a tweet, and not Pascal, which is I saw Wonder Woman 1984, and honestly, he just he's the worst. He sucked all the fun out of that movie, and as did the Walkbuster for 2016, whatever her name is, and Cheetah. I don't know what her. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm missing a piece of brain. My memory's not the best, but I can't live stream anymore because I don't have 100 subs. So maybe the 30 of you out there that actually listen to my show and watch my show and give it thumbs up. Maybe we could spread the joy and love to other means of media like Instagram, Facebook, because I do have a Facebook page, I have an Instagram page, I have a DeviantArt page. I even have a Pinterest store where I sell my comic Black Forest, which has sold 0 copies, and it's not. I really don't care. I mean, whatever. I crowdfunded a book. It was successful, and I had fun. I love to draw. I'm a retired police officer, and as you all know this, that have been through all the trials and tribulations of my life. I haven't exactly been dealt a card that was lucky. I've been through a lot, and I'm at that point where I'm just like I don't care. And if you don't like my opinion, there's other channels to watch. So you can thumbs down me. Feel free. At least people are watching it. But I don't want to make this a negative show. I want it to be fun. I want it to be fluffy. Like I was saying before, I'm a child of the 80s, um, playing Dungeons and Dragons with like my friends, my friend being the dungeon master, and me drawing monsters and creatures that were in the campaign, playing Ninja Turtles in the arcade, playing Street Fighter in the arcade, putting my quarter up because I'm the next guy to play. Um, like having political correctness was non-existent when I grew up. I mean, it was there, but it wasn't as prevalent as now. And we didn't have the internet and people and giving people with mental illness the ability to get on a keyboard and say whatever they want. Um, we didn't have it in the 80s. We had a phone that was attached to the wall like Stranger Things. That's why I like that show. And I remember me and my brothers running around in circles, and my mom trying to choke us with the cord because we were running amok. And so I, you know, like and love some of the stuff that came out. Like Saturday mornings were the best for me. I would have my bowl of cereal. Um, then later on in life, I realized that the gimmicky cereals like Mr. T and C3PO Star Wars cereal and Batman cereal were all the same thing, just in different shapes. They're all like corn based grainy cereal. It tasted kind of like Captain Crunch. They shredded the roof of your mouth, but you still had to have it because Mr. T was on it, or Star Wars because the androids were on it. You know, they made a cereal for everything back then. Now they just make things for it's just adults making things for their friends and not for people who helped pave the way of entertainment, and especially things like the Oscars, which is just in a politically woke agenda that is not my style. I am not a conservative or nor a liberal. I'm right in the middle of the road. I'm not a right leaner, and I'm not. I'm kind of like a fence sitter. I don't. I believe in some things that are democratic, and I believe in most of my views. I'm actually right leaning because the whole law enforcement thing and how they demonized the police within the last couple of years, and within the last year, 2020 was for some people it was a shit year. For me, it was awesome. I got married. I bought my house that I'm in right now. Me and my wife, we live here together. Me and Karen. And Karen memes, they're funny, but every time I see a Karen meme, it makes me want to reach to the computer and choke the shit out of the person because I'm married to somebody named Karen, and she's the nicest person I've ever met in my life. And and it doesn't portray people. It's just the name. So I'm not. I don't really doesn't bother me anymore. In the beginning, it did, not anymore. So you can call somebody a Karen, but just reminding you, every Karen that I've ever met has been a nice person. So let's get back to the Corona thing and Kathleen Kennedy and her audacity and her hypocrisy and her ability to just totally. Um, I'm just gonna put a disclaimer out there because there's some on this channel there was some foul language. Lick the asses of these woke bitches. not talk about the fact that she fired a strong female character. She was a UFC fighter. Dana White, thank you and praise to you for stepping up and being able to um, stick up for her. There's a lot. There was a lot of potential in that show with her, and the other spin-offs and the Ahsoka show, and now we have Ungats. We have nothing. We have. I hope it's a joke. I think it's a joke because I laughed when I saw it that Amy Schumer was going to be playing Cara Dune, and if that's the truth, yeah, that's just not going to work for me. But Pascal can say the same crap and not even get a slap on the wrist. Just and he's whining and complaining because he can't take his helmet off to show his pretty face. Um, Prince Oberon, yeah, and he was terrible in Wonder Woman, by the way. Um, and actually tried to find some Cara Dune like Funko Pops and like Hot Toys, and you can't find them anywhere. They just stopped making them. Why? Because Disney is not exactly the nicest company. Um, I don't trust the mouse. I don't care. Um, and and on a more positive note, I like WandaVision. I think it's a total mind fuck. And um, I think all the stuff with the hexagons and the hexes is completely linked to witchcraft and the fact that she's a witch. And Agnes is definitely she has to be Agatha Harkness from the comics, and Mephisto is involved somehow, and I think the beekeeper guy was from AIM. And if you read the comics, like if you don't read the comics, then you don't know what I'm talking about. So um, yeah, so Marvel's doing good things, and Falcon Winter Soldier both look good, and all of these future projects from Lucasfilm look good, but then they just totally um, put it in their butt, yeah, by getting rid of such a good character. Drunk 3PO had her on, which I happen to follow and like, and he's a cool dude, and I think he follows me on somewhere somehow. But I don't want to be a bandwagon guy that jumps on the bandwagon with everybody else and just start the whole Star Wars thing. But it needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed. It needs to be spoken about. And I like IG-11, Taika Waititi's character, the android. Like I liked him. He was cool. Bill Burr's character I like a lot. Bill Burr is fucking funny as hell. And Cara Dune and her and the relationship that she has with Carl Weathers is unbelievable. And the fact that she doesn't take anybody's shit, and she's a UFC fighter, and she's tough, and she's not the greatest ever, the most awesomest. Goes to show you that they want things a certain way, and they want it to be their way or the highway. And I just don't get it. And if we're speaking about WandaVision, episode 7 is going to be coming out tomorrow. I've been watching every episode so far, and I'm digging it. I like the whole sitcom vibe, going from black and white to color, to her classic Scarlet Witch costume from back in the day, and to having the kids, Wiccan and Speed, I think they are. Wiccan is one of them, and they look just like the way they are. And Quicksilver, they brought in Evan Peters, and he looks like his OG X-Men costume. I mean that whole Halloween thing, even with Vision, I was dying laughing. And you have Agnes, which is funny because the witch character in my comic Black Forest, her name was Agnes. And hold on, just 1 second. And the name Agnes is a was a popular witch name from the 1600s, and she was burned at the stake. And I did a lot of research for my graphic novel Black Forest about Germanic and Icelandic folklore and pagans and all of those groups of people before Christianity came in and changed everything. I'm a Christian, and I'm not going to be like, don't judge me just because of my religion, but you know, those since Christianity came in, they had to kind of keep the pagan groups. They had to keep that vibe, but they had to adjust it a little bit to make the church happy. So on that note, I just want to say that hopefully they hire her back or recast somebody that's just as good an actress and has the ability to kick people's asses like she does. And I'm looking forward to Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm looking forward to seeing Bucky team up with the Falcon and some of the other stuff. Am I looking forward to seeing? Oh, and I like having Monica Rambeau in there as an agent of Sword and Powerless, and her coming out probably next time she comes in and comes out, she's probably gonna be Photon if you read the comics. And my comic suggestion, I'm gonna give you one this week, actually two. I went to my LCS because I'm in a new house and in a new neighborhood. But it's like if you look outside, it's Hoth. It's 3 feet of snow. There's snow everywhere. It's snowing again, and I had to trudge through the snow and go to my local comic shop, which was it's a walking distance from me. And I got Joker Wars and Three Jokers, two good stories, no agendas or nonsense involved. Just straight up, balls to the walls, fighting, violence, jokers, um, disturbing at times, especially Joker Wars. And, you know, it was it was really really cool. It could be a movie. I mean, but rated. It would have to be rated R because this is extremely violent, and he's just a complete psychopath. But and the Three Jokers was awesome too because it brought in the and it just trying to show you that there's not just one Joker there, and the Joaquin Phoenix it could be like the catalyst to create more people that are copycats, and Batman could be fighting and maybe even hallucinating and thinking about different Jokers. But we'll leave it at that. And remember, I'm a kid of the '80s. I was born in '79. I'm 41 years old. Yes, I'm a man baby. I like to read comic books. I like to draw. I like to do animation on on my iPad, and I like to do painting and I have a marker addiction. But I really don't care. I mean, this is what I do. I'm retired. What else am I gonna do? I can't work, so I'm just gonna continue to make art and make people happy. Make my artwork. Hopefully, my artwork makes people happy. I'm never going back to Twitter. You will never see me there again. Um, I don't care. It, it just it's just pure negativity, and it's even like the toxicity of Twitter is just trickling into everywhere. Now it's going into like Facebook and YouTube, et cetera, and it's probably been there for a while. but it's more prevalent as of late. Um, so, on that note, from the House of Anger, in his new house, this is mine and Karen's house. This is our house. I'm not living in the apartment above my mom anymore. You're not going to hear Mikey. Can I have? You want a cup of coffee? You're not going to be hearing that anytime soon. Um, this is just going to be me and my house and my wife and my two dogs and occasionally my kids. I'm going to be doing some more drawing tutorials. Um, I'm on the fence. I probably, yeah, I did a lot of like storyboards and like ideas for a children's book that this nice lady from Australia she asked me to do. So she drew it. She's like, I can't draw that well, and she actually drew it pretty well. It was fine. She's like, I like your style. Can you do it? And I'm like, well, I'm a little. Have you seen my style? It's a little dark and a little off color, and it's not. I mean, there's violence and there's disturbing looking creatures, and she wants me to do a kid's book. So I said, I'll do it. I'll do it for you. So my next book, my next story that I'm going to be working on is going to be called Super Cooper. It's about a young kid that has superpowers, and I'm more than willing to do it for her because there's a reason why, and I'm not going to divulge it, but there's a reason why I'm going to be doing it. And for those of you out there who don't know who I am, and or know who I am and left because of me leaving Twitter and YouTube because of drama, um, you can come back. I'm back. I'm going to be here a lot. So, what else am I going to do? I can sit there and watch YouTube all day long and watch Netflix and become a vegetable, or I can be productive and make things. So I try. I'm trying not to be political, religious, or anything else. Um, that's too. How do I say it? That's like a catalyst to cause problems. I just speak my opinion, and if you don't like my opinion, then thumb it down. As long as you watch my video, I don't care. So again, this is your host, Mike Anger. I need 100 viewers to stream live now. So um, I need only about 70 more people to follow me. So I'm not begging for it, but maybe you can help out and just spread the joy and love. Again, this is your host, Mike Angerhauser, creator of Black Forest, epileptic veteran, retired police officer, and lover of pop culture and everything that was cool. Not most of the things now, but I do love everything from the past. So I may be living in the past, and I may have let's see, how do I say it? A biased view of what's good and what's not. But I also like things that are so bad that they're good, like Troll, or like Critters, or things like that. I love horror movies. I used to have a horror show every Wednesday, but but I used to go on marathon streams for 5 hours, 6 hours till like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I wound up with insomnia, and which led to more problems, which led to more my epileptic seizures, and I can only do it during the day now. Like, no more streaming at night. No more streaming at 1 o'clock in the morning with my good friend Pete, Creepy Little Buck, um, which I am very proud of. I am so happy that he has so many people following him, and he's such a down to earth guy, and he's a nice guy, and he's approachable. That's the same thing goes with people like Doug TenNapel. I know he had a fallout, but his books are the only ones that I like out of all the comics that came out. um, Earthworm Jim, and the two Bigfoot Bill books. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say those were the best books that I've read, best indie books as of late. So I'm going to bid you adieu and wish you a good day. And I'm going to be streaming soon with many people. All right, here we go. Bye bye.